As Windows 10 is reaching end of life in 5 months, there's a large portion of Windows 10 users who are still on it and refuse to upgrade to Windows 11. Whether their systems don't support it, they don't want to touch macOS with a 10-foot pole, or don't want to worry about getting rid of Windows 11's bloat and telemetry, they're going to be left in the dust for software support and security updates. But what if I told you, yes, even if you're tired of hearing about it, Linux gaming is actually a viable option in 2025. It's not as niche as it used to be, and thanks to Valve's contributions with Proton, many Windows-only games can run on Linux. So I decided to put it to the test. I installed Linux Mint. It's easy to learn, user-friendly, and one of the most recommended distros out there. While Mint is generally beginner-friendly, I did run into a hiccup or two during installation. Nothing major, but worth noting. Then I ran some games and compared the experience head-to-head with Windows. Now a quick note, if you're using an Nvidia GPU, you might run into more hiccups compared to AMD. That's because AMD's open source drivers generally play nicer with Linux than Nvidia's proprietary ones. Something to consider if you're thinking about making a switch. Here are my PC specs for context. I showed the full build in a previous video, so feel free to check that out in the top right hand corner. The games I tested, where applicable, were running under Proton Experimental. Let's kick things off with Hitman World of Assassination. All the tests were run on the high preset. Without DLSS, Windows pulled ahead slightly with an average of 142 FPS, while Linux wasn't far behind, and actually had better highs and lows. With DLSS set to balance, Windows clocked in at 193 FPS, while Linux landed at 169 FPS. Nice. When enabling ray tracing in DLSS, Windows stayed more playable with a 67 FPS average versus 53 on Linux. And finally, ray tracing without DLSS saw the smallest gap yet, still favoring Windows on average, but with Linux again delivering better highs and lows. Next up was Forza Horizon 5, and interestingly, it didn't matter whether DLSS was on or off. Both Windows and Linux performed almost identically. I used the high preset across the board, which automatically sets ray tracing to medium. I even reran the test just to be sure, and yeah, same results. That said, Windows technically pulled ahead slightly on average, but we're talking about minimal differences here. Here's an instance of Linux gaming not cooperating. As you guys can tell, I can't even move the mouse cursor anywhere to force quit out of this app. I've tried Alt F2 to open up the terminal, but I can't even do that either. Now let's talk about a game that actually supports Linux natively, Minecraft. I ran it through Prism Launcher and tossed in some performance mods, because for whatever reason, vanilla Java Minecraft still refuses to run well out of the box. There's no great benchmarking tool for Minecraft, unless you count staring at F3 like a caveman, but Linux took the win here. Kinda embarrassing when Microsoft's own game runs better on a competing OS. Recording gameplay with OBS didn't affect either system too much, and both were very playable. Emulation is also alive and well on Linux, just like it is on Windows. Most emulator developers support Linux and macOS alongside Windows. You can emulate up to PS3 and Switch without issues. Dolphin, though, was oddly finicky with my system. I'm not sure if it's my build of Dolphin or driver issues, but it wouldn't recognize my GPU properly when changing graphics settings. I also had to Google how to get my Xbox controller working properly in Linux, which took a minute. You have to download a driver for it. Overall, would I say Linux gaming is ready in 2025? It depends. You'll notice I didn't include multiplayer games in this video. That's because many use a kernel level anti-cheat like Call of Duty, Valorant, or Fortnite, which still causes issues on Linux, unless you want to go through the hassle of workarounds. But if you mainly play single player games, I'd say Linux is absolutely worth a shot. No matter what route you go, you can always dual boot with Windows and Linux. Even with a beginner friendly distro like Linux Mint, I still ran into a few install and post-install issues. There are guides out there for installing every Linux distro, so don't feel ashamed to look one up if needed. But if you're comfortable with a little troubleshooting, Linux might surprise you. This video is focused on the gaming side of Linux. There's still a lot more to cover, like customization and productivity, so if you're interested in that, drop a comment down below. I'm JustSomeTechie, catch you all in the next one. See you then.